And this is Winter Festival 81. I'm Sedge Thomson with KQED FM Radio and Winter Festival 81. And we're going to have a short break right now before we get back to part 2 of the special Bing Crosby, his life and legend. And coming up, Bing Crosby and some duets with Dean Martin, George Burns, Jack Benny, Louis Armstrong, the Mills Brothers, and Pearl Bailey. And later on tonight, we're having a Jimmy Cagney special. And tonight at 9 o'clock, starring Katharine Hepburn. A wonderful day devoted to film and some of the great people who've made entertainment history for us. And we're going to take just this brief intermission to ask you to call us here this afternoon and become a member of KQED. And with your membership support, we continue to bring you these special programs that you can see only here on non-commercial public television. Your tax-deductible donation can come in several of the categories of membership: $35, $50, $100 or more, or the installment plan of $5 a month or $10 a month for a year, which are handy $60 and $120 memberships. And we have some special thank you gifts, including the best of Bing Crosby, this 2-record set for a $50 membership, or you can have the 3-record set, the Crosby Classics, for a total of these 3 records are a $100 membership in KQED. And we'll be having some excerpts from those. There you can see the 3 albums. I think somebody has taken the 3 that I've got here to show off and has gone to listen to them. We have some Bing Crosby fans here today. And we're on the road to making our Winter Festival goal of 11,000 new members. We'd like you to become a member right now and add to the total. We've got about 8,500 members so far, and we'd like you to help us reach our daily goal of 1,500 new members by tonight at midnight and 11,000 for the entire festival. The reason we set these goals is because we calculate fairly carefully how much money we need to operate and how much money we need to bring you television shows that we do, and that's why we set these goals. And as things become more expensive and as funding from other sources begins to dry up, we need to count more and more on those of you who are watching. So you're watching, and if you're not a member right now, go to the phone and call. We also have special memberships in the student and retired category of $15, and those receive Focus magazine as well. But for $35 or more, we have a wonderful array of thank you gifts that we'd like to be able to tell you about. And again, for the $100 membership, you can have the 3 records, the Crosby Classics, medleys of some of the songs that he has made and made so famous over the years of his long and wonderful career. I remember being very little and my father telling me what a wonderful fan he was of Bing Crosby, and slowly I came to see what he saw in Bing Crosby through some of those wonderful on-the-road films with Bob Hope. Certainly one of the greatest comedians and singers to have made it into the films. Bing Crosby, his life and legend, continuing here following this brief pledge intermission, giving you the opportunity to call. And then following this, a special on Jimmy Cagney, Luciano Pavarotti, King of the High Seas, a biography about one of the greatest tenors of our time. And later on tonight, starring Katharine Hepburn. We also have a special Nova show, science show, at 7:45 tonight. Right now, some music from one of the Bing Crosby records, and we're going to swing on the stars, and we want you to swing over to your telephone, get on the horn, give us a call here tonight, 864-1100. Oh, here comes one now.
Meets the goal of the day. Someone waits for me, and the gold of her hair crowns the blue of her eyes. Like a halo, tenderly, if only I could see her, oh, how happy I would be. Where the blue of the night meets the gold of the day, someone waits for me.
Next, please.
Hi there.
Arthur Good.
That's me.
Let's see. It says here you worked hard.
Very hard.
You were a good husband and father.
Very good.
And you never cheated.
Never.
Except
Except why?
you watched Masterpiece Theater down there. Your wife watched Evening at Symphony. Your kids watched Sesame Street.
Yeah, but what...
Oh, Arthur, you never helped pay for all those pleasant hours of TV. You watched your public TV station and never became a member. Arthur, you cheated. You're a freeloader.
But I kept meaning to send a check. Can I pay now and get my wings?
I'm sorry, it's too late. It was down there that public TV needed your help.
Sunday night at 9, Channel 9 presents a retrospective look at the film career of three-time Academy Award winner Katharine Hepburn.
It was a beautiful face, but Hollywood at that time was trying to fashion it in a standard mold. Yet, no one among us looks or sounds quite like Katharine Hepburn. She is one of a kind, from her distinctly New England voice and her tall, slim, athletic figure, to the cheekbones, the auburn hair, and the eyes that always seem to glisten. To her public, Hepburn is perceived as she is in reality. Solid, straightforward with a vengeance, independent, vulnerable, but strong-minded. In short, a very special human being.
Starring Katharine Hepburn here on Channel 9, Sunday night at 9, right after Nova.
Next on Nova, twins. Identical twins come from the same egg, and so they share exactly the same genes. The extraordinary story of identical twins raised apart represents a rare opportunity for science. Such twins are a living laboratory for discovering what makes us unique individuals, our genes or our environment. Twins, next time on Nova.
Next time on Nova is Sunday night at 7:45, followed at 9 by Starring Katharine Hepburn. It's TV worth watching right here on Channel 9.
And those two programs tonight on Day 9 of our Winter Festival 81. It would be terrific to have Katharine Hepburn come in as a guest, but we'll have to leave that to Dick Cavett. And you can see the Dick Cavett Show weeknights on Channel 9 at 11 o'clock, and the Dick Cavett Show resumes at that time following our Winter Festival. That's next Wednesday night. 864-1100, call and talk with our volunteers here and take this moment to become a member of KQED. And when we say moment, it takes no more than a minute or two to call in, put your pledge, and they'll take your name and address or your Visa card or MasterCharge card number if that's what you'd like to use to pledge. And then your membership dollars come to us, and we in turn return that to you in the form of the programming that you're able to see here on Channel 9. Coming up later tonight, James Cagney, that Yankee Doodle Dandy at 5, and Nova at 7:45 will have an encore presentation of Pavarotti, King of the High Seas, beginning at 6:30 tonight. You'll be able to see Agronsky and Company on Channel 32. Some wonderful programming yet ahead here tonight, and there's a correction on the song, and The Blue of the Night was played instead of Swinging on the Star, and it seems that Swinging on the Star was not somebody's favorite song they wanted to hear in The Blue of the Night, and so Frank was able to sing along with that after all. Here are the three records from which we chose the medleys. These are the Crosby Classics, and you can receive these three records for a $100 membership pledge in KQED. Bing Crosby singing a collection of, Shoo Fly, Don't Bother Me, A Hot Time in the Old Town Tonight, Toot Toot Tootsie, Tarara Boom Da, How Lovely is the Evening, My Wild Irish Rose, In the Gloaming, Stars of the Summer Night, There is a Tavern in the Town, Oh Susanna, The Bear Went Over the Mountain. Just a whole panoply of the songs that Bing Crosby made famous and some that he didn't make famous but sang anyway, and they're all on these three records. This medley, three records for a $100 membership here in KQED. But you have to call 864-1100, your outside area code 415. Call us, collect. Coming up in part two, Bing Crosby will be seen in some excerpts from his TV specials with Dean Martin, Louis Armstrong, Jack Benny, Dean Martin and others, and a wonderful afternoon of television yet ahead. But do take this intermission, these next few minutes, to call us here. We won't be showing the Bing Crosby Show until you make a call, and once you make your call, then we can get on with the business here, and the business of KQED is bringing you television shows. That's what we'd much rather be doing, but these winter festivals are what we have to do right now to get your attention and to get your membership. Right now, some more Bing Crosby, and give us a call.
would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long, funny ears, kicks up at anything he hears.
His back is brawny, but his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak.
And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule.
Or would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are.
Or would you rather be a pig?
A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He has no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude.
But if you don't care a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig.
Or would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are.
Or would you rather be a fish?
A fish won't do anything but swim in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only thought, and though he's slippery, he still gets caught.
But then if that sort of life is what you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. Kind of jumped up slippery fish, and all the monkeys are...
Crosby coming up here, and then following that, it's 5 o'clock this afternoon, a special on Jimmy Cagney, with excerpts from a number of the great films, including some film clips from Ragtime, and interviews with writer Norman Mailer and others who've been of significance in Jimmy Cagney's 50-plus year career in motion pictures. But right now, to part 2 of this 3-part special, Bing Crosby, His Life and Legend, narrated by the late William Holden. And right now, take this opportunity to call us, become a member of KQED. Presentation of Bing Crosby, His Life and Legend on KQED is made possible through the courtesy of radio station KMPX 99 FM. His Life and Legend. Am I on now? Good, terrific. It's now intermission Winter Festival 81, and we'll be getting back to part 3 of Bing Crosby, His Life and Legend in just a few minutes. Good afternoon, I'm Sedge Thomson with KQED FM radio most of the time, and here with Winter Festival 81 right here on KQED Channel 9, San Francisco. Membership supported and for nearly 30 years, going along strong with your membership contributions, and that's why we take these few sections of each year to put together a festival. We bring together some wonderful programs from all of the different sources we have access to, and we say to you, okay, here's some of the wonderful shows that we can bring you. Now we'd like you to call up during this special time, become a member of KQED. Basic membership category is $35, and the categories go on up to $50, $60 on the installment plan, $75, $100, $120 on the installment plan, and more. And we have a number of thank you gifts in each of those categories that we'd like to send to you as our way of just saying an additional thanks, other than the fact that we're able to bring you the television that we do. For a $100 membership in KQED, Bing Crosby and his classics, the Crosby Classics, and you can have these 3 records, all 3 records of the 3-volume set for a $100 membership pledge in KQED. Some of the phones are ringing here this afternoon, and we'd like to hear from you. Make one of these phones ring. We have volunteers here this afternoon, and you can put your pledge on a Visa card or a MasterCharge card, or you can set up the installment plan of $5 a month or $10 a month for a year, which are $60 and $120 memberships. For a $50 membership, or consider the $5 a month, $60 a year plan, you can have the best of Bing Crosby, this 2-record set with an incredible range of songs that Bing Crosby has made famous and sung, Where the Blue of the Night Meets the Gold of the Day, Swinging on a Star, June and January, McNamara's Band, I'm an Old Cowhand, It's Easy to Remember, and much, much more. But that's one of the very special thank you gifts that we'd like to send to you this afternoon in commemoration of bringing you Bing Crosby, His Life and Legend. And part 3 coming up very soon. At 5 o'clock this afternoon, James Cagney. And on that special, that Yankee Doodle Dandy, we'll see film clips from White Heat, Footlight Parade, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Public Enemy, Angels with Dirty Faces, The Roaring Twenties, The Oklahoma Kid, and Strawberry Blonde, as well as clips from the filming of Ragtime, which Jimmy Cagney, after his 50-plus years in show business, is continuing to act in. And Ragtime opened here in San Francisco just recently, and you'll be able to see some of the behind-the-scenes action in this documentary about James Cagney coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. You know, you were able to see this Bing Crosby special, I believe it was last Monday evening right here on Channel 9. And one of the things that Channel 9 can do is bring you encore presentations of some shows. And you don't have to go out and invest in a videotape recorder. Besides, it's illegal to record these kinds of shows. But what you can do is count on Channel 9 to present again some of the best and favorite shows that you've seen. And we're able to do this because we don't have to sell time as commercial stations do. But what we do need is your commitment, your support here. And we're taking a look now at the goal. We're going to update the goal. Currently 380 people have called it. Oh, it's going up. We've got now 400 people who've pledged today to become members toward our goal of 1,500 new members today and 11,000 total for the festival. Why not call up during this break here? Help us reach 500 new members by the time 5 o'clock comes around and James Cagney is here with his excerpts and this wonderful documentary about him. We'd like to have 100 new members between now and then. If we can do it, terrific. If you're there watching and you're not a member, go to your phone and call, and you'll get Focus Magazine, which lists all the programming that you can see. For instance, if you like simulcast, you might go to your Focus Magazine and tear out, as I do, page 51 of this month's issue. And here are simulcasts with KQED FM 88 and Channel 9, and you could put this right there next to your television set. We've got the Sing It Yourself Messiah coming up Tuesday night, live from the Met, Rigoletto, Wednesday the 16th at 8 p.m. The second White House concert on Wednesday the 23rd at 9 o'clock, and that's not just Ronald Reagan singing. We have the Giuliani concerts, the Giulini concerts with the LA Philharmonic and pianist Vladimir Ashkenazy on Wednesday the 23rd at 10 in the evening. We'll have the Bach Magnificat on Channel 9 and on KQED FM radio Christmas Eve at 9 p.m. The Ignacio Valley Madrigals, Thursday the 24th, Christmas Eve at 9:30. Another in-performance at the White House Friday evening, the 25th, Christmas night at 2:30 in the afternoon. A production of Deflator Mouse, and the LA Philharmonic performs Beethoven, led by Carlo Maria Giulini, on Wednesday the 30th at 10 o'clock. And this is from page 51 of Focus Magazine. Open it up, and those are simulcasts, where you can hear the show in stereo on KQED FM radio at 88.5 and watch it right here on Channel 9. And then you can, if you want to, scotch tape that back into your Focus Magazine. But Focus Magazine, what every member of KQED gets, whether you're in the retired and student category of $15 a month, or the category of $35, $50, $100 or more, or on the installment plan, you get Focus Magazine, which lists the programming in television and in radio. And that's something that you can count on to arrive every month, as well as the variety of programs right here on Channel 9. But again, the thing to do is to call, and remember, your membership contribution, your investment in KQED is tax deductible. And you might be thinking about that as this fiscal year for you nears its end. 864-1100, we're going to hear now some more Bing Crosby, give you a chance to call before we get back to part 3 of the special on Bing Crosby, his life and legend.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Told me once, dear, that you really loved me, and no one else could come between. But now you've left me, and you love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Hello, I'm Margaret Mead. All seriousness aside, I've been involved with television for many years now, and I'm getting pretty sick of it. I'm also getting a little punchy, but that's all right, folks. I'll push my hand down. We'll go right ahead. What has always intrigued me most about the medium is its capacity to communicate ideas and to enlarge intellectual horizons. It's a challenge that public television has taken on. You see ads that say, you've seen the movie, now read the book. Well, public television has aired dramatizations of books by Dickens, Trollope. In fact, we've had books by several Trollops on this series. Tolstoy and Robert Graves, to name a few. A great many viewers have subsequently chosen to read them in their original form, which is nice. Science programs like Nova stimulate curiosity. The McNeil-Lehrer Report covers many sides of given issues, encouraging viewers to make their own decisions, to think for themselves. Children's reading and other growth skills have always had top priority on public television. I've always thought that if you can make people laugh, you're in a somewhat more advantageous position to encourage them to think. But of course, I could be right. Programs like Sesame Street and The Electric Company share this philosophy. Public dollars allow public television to maintain its educational focus. So please call your station and pledge what you can. Ben Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So make your investment now. Thank you.
Monday night at 8, Channel 9 presents a nostalgic look at the music of the 1950s on the 50s Moments to Remember. Starring Patti Page, Frankie Lane, Teresa Brewer, Rosemary Clooney, Guy Mitchell, and the Four Lads. Singing stars in the comedy of the inimitable Bob and Ray in our 3-hour special, The 50s Moments to Remember, here on Channel 9, Monday night at 8 o'clock. It's TV worth watching.
Plus, it's great fun to see how they've kept their good looks and their wonderful voices in the intervening 30 years. And you'll be able to enjoy that Monday night right here on Channel 9. And we've got some special membership thank you gifts for you. Bing Crosby, Part 3, coming right up with the wonderful finale, including montage of excerpts from his television specials. And at 5 tonight, James Cagney special. Right now, you might want to call us here and become a member in the $100 membership category. We have a 3-record set called Crosby Classics. There are the 3 covers of this set. And for a $100 membership pledge in KQED, you could put it on your Visa charge or your MasterCard for your convenience and for ours. You'll be able to choose this, if you wish, among other membership gifts in the $100 category, and say, I want $100 to go to KQED, and I'd like to have those 3 Bing Crosby records just as a special means of receiving KQED's thanks for becoming a member in KQED. There's with his pipe and his wonderful vest and some of the other poses that he's in. Bing Crosby and these 3 records, our way of saying thanks to you when you pledge a $100 membership to KQED so that we can continue to bring you the television shows that we do. And as Steve Allen, nay Margaret Mead, said that, quoting Benjamin Franklin, that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And with interest rates declining, I mean, you want to be able to sort of pledge in Channel 9 because your interest can't help but go up here in what we have. And certainly your return is far more than a meager 20% nowadays. Coming up now, part 3 of Bing Crosby, his life and legend. And then at 5 o'clock, James Cagney, that Yankee Doodle dandy, excerpts from his classic films, that wonderful performer who's been in the business for many, many years. But now, back to Bing Crosby. Presentation of Bing Crosby, his life and legend on KQED is made possible through the courtesy of radio station KMPX 99 FM. A wonderful special on Der Bingle. Bing Crosby, his life and legend, a very special presentation here on Winter Festival 81. And coming up, a special on James Cagney. Good evening, I'm Sedge Thomson with KQED FM Radio, and today with Winter Festival 81 here on KQED Channel 9 in San Francisco. And what a wonderful film that was. And this should be a splendid opportunity between the Bing Crosby special and the James Cagney show beginning about 5 o'clock tonight for you to go to your phone and call and say, I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad I'm watching Channel 9. I'd like to become a member of KQED. Basic membership categories are $35, $50, $100 and more. And when you call and talk to our volunteers, they'll be able to tell you about the membership gifts we've got. And certainly one thing to remember Bing Crosby and this wonderful show with are the 3 records that are included in the Crosby Classics set. These 3 volumes, that's the Best of Bing, which is 2 records, and that's a membership thank you gift for $50. And for the 3 volumes, you can pledge a $100 membership in KQED, and this $100 membership in KQED will go toward bringing you other programming here on Channel 9, but also we'd be happy to send you these 3 volumes of the Crosby Classics as a means of saying thanks to you for becoming a member of KQED. And we'll be hearing a little piece of these records in just a little bit. But again, either the 2 record set for a $50 membership, the Best of Bing Crosby, or the 3 records, the Crosby Classics, for a $100 membership here in KQED. And you can put your membership pledge on a Visa card or a MasterCharge card, or you can set up an installment plan of $5 a month or $10 a month for a year, which are the $60 and $120 memberships. We also have the Film Encyclopedia for a $100 membership, which is the largest single volume, as it's called, of compendium of facts about the film industry, and there are wonderful articles in here on page 287 about Bing Crosby, born Harry Lillis Crosby in Tacoma, Washington in 1904. An article here about James Cagney, born in New York City on the 1st of July. And those are just some of the many articles in this encyclopedia, which is yours for a $100 membership in KQED, our means of saying thanks to you. But again, the best thanks that we can give to you are the fine programs that we present to you. And that's why we take these days out, these days and these nights to harangue you and to plead with you, not plead, but just to inform you about what it is that we do and try and persuade you to get you motivated to go to your phone and to call. And one of the motivations certainly is that KQED is a nonprofit organization, and thus your membership contribution to KQED is a tax-deductible item. 864-1100, talk to our volunteers here, and we'll be taking a little look now at our goals and totals on our scoreboard, our tally board here at KQED Central. We have a goal of 11,000 new members we'd like to reach in this Winter Festival 81. Currently, we have 450 pledges today on our way to our goal of 1,500 new members. And why not make it 500 new members by the end of this break, just before James Cagney begins in about 6 minutes. So go to your phones now and call, and then we'll just have 1,000 members to get this evening. Right now, some music from the Bing Crosby record, and then your chance to call.
My name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. Although we're few in numbers, we're the finest in the land. We play at wakes and weddings and at every fancy ball. And when we play at funerals, we play the march from Saul.
Oh, the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horns they blaze away. McCarthy punts the old bassoon while I the pipes to play. And Hennessy, Tennessee toodles the flute and the music is something grand. A credit to old Ireland is McNamara's band.
Right now we are rehearsing for a very swell affair. The annual celebration, all the gentry will be there. When General Grant to Ireland came, he took me by the hand. Says he, I never saw the likes of McNamara's band.
Oh, the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horns they blaze away. McCartney pumps the old bassoon while I the pipes will play. And Tennessee toodles the flute and the music is something grand. A credit to old Ireland is McNamara's band.
My name is Uncle Julius, and from Sweden I did come to play with McNamara's band and beat the big bass drum. And when I march along the street, the ladies think I'm grand. They shout, "There's Uncle Julius playing with an Irish band." Oh, I wear a bunch of shamrocks and a uniform of green, and I'm the funniest looking Swede that you have ever seen. There's O'Briens and Ryans and Sheehan's and Means, they come from Ireland, but by Yemeni I'm the only Swede in McNamara's band.
All the drums go banging, the cymbals clanging, the horn they blaze away. McCartney pumps the old bassoon while I the pipes to play. And Tennessee toodles the flute and the music is something grand.
A credit to old Ireland is McNamara's band. That's McNamara.
KQED joins the San Francisco Conservatory of Music in presenting the 3rd annual Sing It Yourself Messiah, Tuesday evening at 8, live from Louise M. Davies Symphony Hall. You're invited to join conductor Louis Magor, soloists, and members of the San Francisco Conservatory of Music Orchestra, along with over 3,000 members of the audience as they raise their voices in celebration of the season. So join John Rozak and me, Bill Trieste, for the 3rd annual Sing It Yourself Messiah, Tuesday evening at 8, live on Channel 9, with a stereo simulcast on KQED FM 88.
The Sing It Yourself Messiah, climax to our Winter Festival 81 Tuesday night, and certainly a fine beginning to the holiday season here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And you can enjoy that show right here on membership-supported Channel 9 and KQED FM radio. And that show is made possible by your membership dollars, and your membership pledges here have the very tangible results of the programming that you see here. 864-1100, give us a call. Coming up in a moment, Jimmy Cagney, that Yankee Doodle Dandy. Remember, all members of KQED receive Focus Magazine, this magazine that comes every month listing the programming in Channel 9 and KQED FM radio. And I've torn out the page because we've already passed Saturday the 5th, and it has the listing of the December simulcasts, Channel 9 and KQED FM radio, and perhaps then that's one reason just enough to join, be able to hear the Los Angeles Philharmonic, the Metropolitan Opera, the Sing It Yourself Messiah, all of these in stereo on KQED FM radio, and enjoy the television show on Channel 9 at the same time. Almost magical. Incidentally, McNamara's band was from that recording, The Best of Bing, and that's the membership thank you gift in the $50 membership category. And again, you call 864-1100 and put your pledge on a Visa or MasterCharge card, and that membership thank you gift can be yours. There are the Bing Crosby records, the Crosby Classics, those 3 records for a $100 membership pledge right here in KQED this afternoon. And coming up, James Cagney special, and we have a special membership thank you gift for that. That's James Cagney, Yankee Doodle Dandy, songs from the original film song track, and that's also a thank you gift in the $50 membership category. It'll make a wonderful souvenir for watching television here this afternoon. It began with the HMS Pinafore, the Royal Wedding, the HMS Pinafore, the KQED production for television. We've had the Bing Crosby special coming up, James Cagney, then Luciano Pavarotti, King of the High Seas, later on tonight. The science series Nova, about twins, at 7:45, and then at 9 o'clock tonight, starring Katharine Hepburn. And what an extraordinary thematic lineup of television programming that you can see here on Channel 9. And we're able to do this because it's Winter Festival, and we do some very special things. Again, thanks very much for those of you who are calling, and we'll be taking one brief break during James Cagney, that Yankee Doodle Dandy, but Right now, enjoy this documentary about this man whose career has spanned more than 50 years and is still active with his role in Ragtime.
I'm the kid that's all the candy. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. I'm glad I am. Yankee Doodle made my name and fame and boodle just as Mr. Doodle did by riding on a pony. I love to listen to the Dixie strain. I long to see the girl I left behind me. That ain't a Josh. She's a Yankee, by gosh. Anything about a Yankee, that's all. Oh, me.
Little Johnny Jones, the jockey from the USA.
We'll ride the pony, Yankee Doodle, English Derby Day.
Don't be broken records every track and every beat.
So Yankee Doodle's gonna be the boy they have to beat.
Orphan of the British House who followed his career have offered Johnny anything to keep him over here.
But all the money in the Bank of England couldn't pay enough to keep young Johnny Jones away from old Broadway.
If you want to take a trip, assurance of your thing.
Have your houses mortgaged, up your watches, on your rings.
And put it all on Yankee Doodle, Johnny Jones is up.